When I started this YouTube channel 6 years ago, I was 14 years old and had no money. In fact, I actually made a video on how bad my setup was, and that video blowing up was how I was able to actually save up to buy my first computer that wouldn't crash every single time I tried to render a video. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how you can start a YouTube channel with no money or very little money, and we're going to be covering all of these components because the truth is, you really don't need that much money because there's so many free tools that exist, and with all the tools that you have at your disposal, you can actually reach a really high production level without breaking the bank. Now, I know it can be tempting to look at other YouTubers and see their setups and think you need the best camera or the best microphone, but I promise you, once you watch this video, you'll understand why you don't need these things. And even these large YouTubers spent time building their setup. It's not like they bought everything overnight. So once you start using these free tools and grow your channel, you can slowly start saving up to buy better equipment. And with that being said, let's get started. Now, this is a pretty long video and I'm going to be going over a lot of different components, so I'll put all of the timestamps up here and in the description. And then at the very end of the video, I'm also going to be teaching you the best way to make money as a small YouTuber without having to be monetized, so you can save up for equipment as fast as possible. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is graphics, because you have to have a banner and a profile picture, as well as be able to make really eye-catching thumbnails. But people think that you have to be a graphic designer and you need Photoshop, but this is far from the case. You don't need to pay hundreds of dollars for Photoshop. Instead, what you can do is use a website called Photopea, and Photopea is basically a online version of Photoshop, so you don't have to download anything. The best part about Photopea is that it can actually open Photoshop files. So if you go on YouTube, you can look up thumbnail templates or banner templates, and then once you download those Photoshop files, you can actually open them online within Photopea and edit them for free. So even if you're not a good graphic designer, you can use Photopea to make all of your channel art and your thumbnails, and you can use Photoshop templates, which is super clutch. Now, if you want something a little bit simpler, you can also use Canva. Canva is also completely free and they have templates. And I really like Canva because it's the perfect balance of a program that can do a lot of different things, but isn't super hard to use. But with Photopea and Canva, you can literally make all of the graphics that you need to. So now you have your banner set up, you have a profile picture, you can make thumbnails, and you can even make your lower thirds. The next step is to find a good way to actually take videos. Now, before you buy an expensive camera, chances are you probably own a really nice camera, and it's called your phone. I am literally shooting this video on an iPhone XR, and if I didn't tell you this was a phone, you probably would not be able to tell. The thing with cameras is that you can have a very expensive camera, but if you don't know how to use it, you're actually wasting a lot of money. Instead, what you can do is use your phone and use that money on lighting. Lighting makes the video so much better. There's a ton of videos on YouTube that I'll link down below that shows how you can use your phone or a very cheap camera, and if you set up your lighting and settings correctly, it can actually look like a multi-$1,000 camera. So you don't need to buy a camera right away. Now, if you guys have a little bit of money, first of all, I would say spend it on lighting, not a camera. But if you do want to buy a camera or a webcam, I would recommend the Logitech C920. Now, there are newer versions of this webcam that have come out, but they are more expensive. And if you look at different video tests, you can see they're very similar in quality. And there's a YouTuber called Alpha Gaming, and he actually made a video on how you can make your webcam look like a DSLR and how you can actually edit the webcam footage so it looks like you're shooting out of a $1,000 camera. Now let's talk about lighting, which in my opinion is way more important than your camera because lighting can make or break your video. Now, first of all, you can get lighting for free. The best source of lighting is just natural light, and you can use a window. I used to use a window for all of my videos, and I'm actually using a window right now to help with the lighting, but you can use a window and just have the light shine on your face, and it's a pretty good source of lighting. Now, the second free source of lighting you can use is literally a monitor. So if you have a monitor, just turn it on and open up a white image. I have Microsoft Word open right now, and I have the brightness set on max, and it actually helps as a light. So if I actually just close this tab, you can see my face just got darker and the lighting got a little bit worse. So you can actually use a monitor for your lighting as well, which I think is a really cool little hack. Now, if you do have a little bit of money, you can also get umbrella lights, soft boxes, or ring lights, depending on what kind of lighting you want. You can get really cheap umbrella lights for like 25 bucks. I used to use them all the time, but I switched to soft boxes and ring lights because they make the lighting a little bit softer and I prefer them, but it's all preference. And I'll actually just show you. So as you guys can see, I'm literally just using a ring light for my face. I'm using my monitor, which is turned on. And then I'm using a New Year softbox, which cost me less than 50 bucks. And the ring light also cost me less than 50 bucks. So if you're looking to spend money somewhere, I would spend it on lighting because it's very cheap and can make a huge difference. And I'll just show you one more time. So this is me using my camera right now with both of the lights. If I turn the first light off, you can see the quality of the video already changes. And then if I turn off the second light, the quality is much different. So lighting literally makes all the difference. If I just turn these back on, you can see that it makes my video look a lot different. And this lighting setup cost me only $100. So you can actually get lighting for a really good price if you don't want to use your window or your monitor. Now let's say you're a gamer and instead of using a camera for your face, you're actually recording your screen. I made a video on the best screen recorders, but I would just recommend that you get OBS Streamlabs. OBS Streamlabs is the best screen recorder there is. You can use it for recording your screen as well as streaming, and you can set it up so you can have face cams, borders, and all of that good stuff for absolutely free, and it's not very hard to use. You can learn it in less than 15 minutes. So don't spend money on a screen recorder. If you want to make gaming videos, you can actually make gaming videos for free with Streamlabs OBS. Next up, let's talk about audio. Audio can make or break your video, and you need to have very clear audio in order to keep your viewer engaged. Now, you don't need to spend a lot of money on your microphone because you can literally just use your phone. Your phone was built for calling, so it has a really good microphone. And I have an iPhone, so I have the Voice Memos app open. So I'll just turn it on right now. And this is me recording the voice on my iPhone. And right now, the audio file is raw. I'm not editing it. And you can see that it sounds very, very clear, and it could pass as a pretty good microphone. Now, if you had a little bit of money, if you had just under $50, you could get a lavalier mic, which is a mic that you clip onto your shirt. And a lot of pranksters use this and vloggers use it, but it's a really good microphone you can use because you don't have to be very close to your camera and the audio quality is good. Or you can use a Blue Snowball Ice, which is also a really good mic made by a company called Blue Microphones. And I'm using the Blue Yeti, but the Blue Snowball Ice was a microphone I used to use for my videos. So I can definitely attest and say that it's definitely worth your money if you have a little bit to spend. But just like your camera, you don't need this stuff because there's lots of free software out there for you to actually edit your audio so it can sound a lot better. And there's two programs in particular. The first one is Audacity, and Audacity is amazing. With Audacity, you can make so many edits to your audio. You can literally change the bass and the treble, remove your noise, and normalize your audio. So you can make it sound like a professional microphone, even if you don't have a high quality mic. And there's tons of tutorials on YouTube that show you how to do this. Within 10 minutes, you can take your audio and make it sound professional and remove any static noise or anything weird. And then I would also recommend a software called Levelator. And Levelator is free and it's also very simple to use. All you do is drag and drop your audio and it levels it out, and there's no, crazy editing needed. You just need these two programs and you can make any microphone sound really good. Now, speaking of audio, a lot of people like having background music in their videos, but they don't want to spend money on music licenses and they don't want to get copyright striked or have their videos demonetized by using copyrighted music. So instead of purchasing licenses or using copyrighted music, what you can actually do is just look up royalty-free music on YouTube. And royalty-free music is music that is under the Creative Commons license, and you can use these songs in your videos without worrying about being taken down. Now, I have a subscription to Epidemic Sound, which is a large library of songs, but you literally don't need it. Most of the songs I use are from a channel called Chuki Music, and he makes some really good tracks that I use in my videos, and they're all royalty free. And there's also a bunch of other channels out there like No Copyright Sounds, as well as the YouTube audio library. So you don't need to pay for songs, you don't need to pay for background music. You can find it all on YouTube for free. Now you have all of the components of your video ready. You can literally make a video from start to finish, and all you need to do is edit it. Now, you don't need to get Premiere Pro just yet. You can actually get two programs that I would highly recommend, which are DaVinci Resolve as well as Shotcut. Now, DaVinci Resolve is a great program because you can commit to learning it and you can literally do all of the edits you need. Not only can you just trim and cut videos and add text, but you can also do color correcting, and DaVinci Resolve actually supports up to 4K exporting, all for free. So it's a great program that I would highly recommend. And there you go. You can make your video from start to finish all for free without having to spend money. And if you do have $100 or a couple $100, you can buy all of the equipment you need. You can buy a very cheap microphone, get your lighting set up, and you can make high quality content without breaking the bank. Now, when I actually started off on YouTube, I wanted to save up for equipment as soon as I could because my gear was not good. I made it work and I could still make high production content, but I just wanted to save up for better gear because I'm always trying to make better videos. So every time I made money, I would reinvest it back into my YouTube channel. But when I started off on YouTube, I wasn't getting that much money from ads because you need literally tens of thousands of views to get enough ad revenue. So instead, as a small YouTuber, I wouldn't recommend relying on ad revenue. Instead, what I would do is I would try to tie in affiliate marketing into my videos. Now, the way affiliate marketing works is very, very simple. Basically, you promote different products and services, and these are probably things that you already use, except the link is an affiliate link. So when someone clicks on your affiliate link and they buy the product or service that you promoted, you actually get a kickback and a small percentage of that money. And of course, you don't need a certain amount of views to do this. You just need to actually convert your users. So what I would actually do is I would talk a lot about a tool called TubeBuddy. Now, TubeBuddy is a software I already used, and when I was teaching people how to grow their channel, I showed them how I used TubeBuddy. And the only difference was I used my link in the description. So when people bought TubeBuddy from me, TubeBuddy actually knew that I sent them, and then I would get 50% of the sale. And if people paid every single month, I would be able to get a kickback every single month. So when I first started my channel and made a video on TubeBuddy, it actually got a ton of views. And since people actually bought the subscription to TubeBuddy, I think like 1% of people bought it, I was getting a few $100s a month as a small YouTube channel that wasn't getting a crazy amount of views just because I used an affiliate link. So what I would literally do if I was a small YouTuber is I would just look at products that I already use. Maybe if I'm a gaming channel, it's the controller I'm using, or if it's a beauty channel, it's like the makeup I'm using. And I would just search the product name and then search affiliate program, and chances are that there's an affiliate program, and then I would sign up for it. Now, if you're looking for different affiliate programs and they have minimum requirements, then you can always become an Amazon affiliate, which means you can promote literally any product on Amazon. So there's no excuses. You can create an affiliate link for that product, and then you can make money by just promoting Amazon products you already use. So I can literally put a link in the description to the microphone I talked about or the lighting kits I talked about. And if someone was to click on those links, I would get a few dollars for every sale because I helped them find it. And it's a product that I would promote anyways. And if you guys want to see a full video on how to make money as a small YouTuber, let me know down below in the comments and I can make that video. But that's about it for this video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching. My name is Ziovo, and I'm signing out.